We all have those items in our wardrobe that were once a closet staple, something we wore on repeat but has just kind of ended up falling to the wayside as we've moved on with our style. And today I wanted to sort of talk a little bit about making some of our older items feel new again, just refreshing them, and the little style tips that you can employ in order to make them feel current, even if the style is something that we're not thinking of as modern anymore. I've got 5 different items here, and you'll see that there are some few quick tricks that I use in order to try and reimagine them for today and the mood I'm currently in. The first one is to incorporate that item with a silhouette that feels more modern, something that is current and that is maybe a little bit more trendy. This is an easy way to put together an interesting outfit and a combination that you might have not naturally thought to wear together. My second tip is to lean on your usual styling tricks. So for me, a really big one is column of color. This is really nice visually elongating, thinking about pointed toe shoes as well in the same way, the rule of thirds and how we are visually breaking up our outfit, and also texture. I also love to do tonal dressing a lot, as I'm sure you'll know. And this brings me on to my third point, which is all around accessories and how we can use that to really freshen up an outfit. And actually, I'm really thrilled to share that today's video is in partnership with Linea. You'll know that I have shared them many times on my channel. I think their Joran hoops are probably some of my most worn, and they look incredible given that I actually dropped one down the sink, managed to retrieve it. And I do have some new in pieces that I want to share that I will be styling throughout this video, so there'll be lots of close-ups. They're absolutely gorgeous, especially for my Northern Hemisphere friends, as these new pieces really draw on the colors of summer, a lot of vibrancy, and I love that. So I'll give you a little bit of a glimpse at the new pieces. I've got a great discount code for you too. So we have the Moonstone necklace. This is just so pretty with the little gold beads interspersed throughout the design. You'll know that I absolutely love their Moonstone pieces, and I was really excited to see these Moonstone studs. This is the Ina style. I really like that these are a bit more of a louder stud because they are quite large and chunky. I also picked out the amethyst earrings. This is the Clara style. I think this violet hue is just absolutely magnetic. It is so pretty and catches light really beautifully. I think the iris ring might be my favorite. I have this in the Sunstone Crystal, and to me it really draws on those colors of the sun, which I think is so pretty. And then I also have 3 of the beaded bracelets in Moonstone, Sunstone and Amethyst, and this is a nice way to add a little bit of color. And they also come in Apatite and Amazonite as well for those really lovely blues, which remind me a lot of my trip to Santorini. And I have to say, this entire collection just makes me think of that last big holiday I went on while my mum was still alive, and we spent a week sailing just through the Mediterranean, and it was just the most beautiful experience, waking up first thing in the morning and going for a dive in the water. Now, one of the things I really love about Linea jewelry is that it is all really high quality. It is designed and made to last, and I feel like all of the items are really quite classic in that they're not something that feels trendy and that I wouldn't want to wear 5-10 years from now. They only use gold and silver for all of their jewelry pieces, and they take their commitment to traceability and sustainability really seriously, which I really admire. And they source all of their precious metals through the Responsible Jewelry Council. Now, I do have a fabulous discount code to share with you this time, which is buy one, get one 45% off using the code Jamie, and this is actually better than the discount that they're offering on the site. So I highly recommend taking this up if you have had your eye on any of these beautiful pieces. Now I feel like it's time to start chatting about these items and how I reimagine them today. I'll share with you how I wore them previously as well, and I've got a mix of summer and more wintry pieces. So let's maybe start with a wintry piece and then we'll alternate. These leather trousers get questions every single time I share them, and I understand why. I got them back in 2018 or 2019 from Everlane, and unfortunately they don't do this style anymore, which is a real shame because they were just probably some of the most affordable and high quality leather pants that I've ever come across. Now, in the past, I've always kind of worn these with more slimmer silhouettes, so maybe a really high heel or just my little Vanelli two-tone palms, a striped top and a blazer, something that leans very kind of classic, minimal, neutral, basic, right? And I've really noticed that my eye has shifted a little bit, and I was thinking, how would I wear this today. And I really wanted to introduce more texture. While these are quite textural on their own, being leather, I thought that it would be fun to play with tweed and boucle. You know, that's sort of a fabric right now that we're seeing a lot of, especially those tweedy jackets, and I have a few in my wardrobe. So for styling, I decided to wear it with a black bodysuit, just a really nice blank canvas, because I wanted the jacket to be the hero piece of the outfit, not actually the leather pants. I wanted these to be a bit of a supporting actor in the outfit. To add in more texture, I also wore a suede heel with a little bow at the back. And I really, really love this outfit. I like the way that it has all come together, and it feels like a fresh way to wear these, a sort of combination that I wouldn't have worn previously. And I've used some of those style rules, a single column of color. I've added in lots of different textures to make a tonal look feel visually interesting rather than boring. And if you think about it, I'm also playing into the rule of thirds, as these are more of a high-waisted style, so my trousers take up bottom 2/3 of my outfit. Next item that we've got here is this sweet little peplum top from Tibi. This is from before they did their rebrand, so must be 2017, 2018, again kind of an older piece, and I've always really loved their peplum style, so I know that it's not necessarily a trendy silhouette. In the past, this was actually an item that I wore a lot when I was pregnant, and I wore it with a slip skirt, and I do love a slip skirt, we all know that, and I thought, how would I wear this slightly differently? And so I was thinking about silhouettes that I'm really drawn to right now, and I do love a slip skirt, but in a full length, in a maxi length. So I've done that, and again, column of color, really, really chic. This feels really elongating, very effortless. I really like the little bit of additional kind of drama in a way that the top is adding, because it has this fringed effect all over, beautiful texture, and then of course that peplum detail, just adding something for the eye's gaze, and I really love that. And then I'll just finish off with a heeled sandal and a straw bag. I think this is really, really chic, and a great way to kind of elevate this or make it feel a little bit more special is to add in some bright jewelry. So that's where I've kind of gone for it with the linear pieces, and I think they look really beautiful paired with this outfit. You've probably seen the style of top somewhere or another. This is inspired by the Kate, I think it was called the Maddie top, which was everywhere a few years ago, and I'm really glad that common sense prevailed and I didn't splurge on the real thing. It was completely out of my price range anyway, but I definitely did some unhinged shopping during that first postpartum year. Anyway, this is one of those things that I hardly ever reach for, because in my head, this is something that I would wear with a skinny jean, and that's a really overall slim and slim proportion, and I was thinking, how could I mix this up? And something I've been wearing a lot recently has been sort of that more fluid drape trouser or the wider leg trouser, and I thought that these could be really interesting to pair with those for something that is equally dressy, you know, to wear for a night out, whether I'm catching up with a girlfriend or have a rare evening out with my husband. So I decided to do two permutations of this. So the first look is a little bit more casual, and I've opted for this desaturated green pair of trousers. And you can see here how I've got a lot more balance in my outfit than if I had paired it with a skinny jean, because I have that slimmer proportion on top, and then I have something that is a little bit more looser, a little bit wider on my lower half. And I quite like this mix. However, there was something that kept throwing me off about this, and I think it's the fabrication of the trousers. I absolutely love them, but I don't quite think that they're right with this top here. So I decided to opt for a different trouser, which has a completely different feel. It feels a little bit more luxurious and elevated, in a black as well. So you're creating this contrast between the top and lower half, creating that visual vertical break in your body as well, which is a great way to play into that rule of thirds if you cut off at the right place. I should have added a belt here, but I couldn't find it in the mess that is my bedroom currently. And I thought I'd try it two different ways. So one with a sneaker, and this could be a way to potentially wear it more casually. I'm not sure I love this so much. I then swapped out to the heeled sandals, and this is definitely my preferred way of wearing it. It feels really refined. It feels like I've added that modernity back into the outfit, but not in a contrived way, and just really effortless as well. So I'd love to know which of the three was your personal favorite. Tell me down in the comments. Okay, then we have the skirt from Eero. I love Eero skirts. I just think they're so fun, so playful. I've got one that is kind of a faded charcoal with a poppy print all over it, which I'm sure you'll have seen before. And this is just the most vibrant red color, perfect for summer. Though I tend to wear it in the most basic way, usually just with a singlet or a t-shirt, because our summers tend to get quite hot here. So I decided to just play around, and again, thinking about things in my wardrobe that feel a bit newer and fresher, the first thing that came to mind was a knitted vest, or even just a waistcoat, I suppose, if that was more your vibe. And you could do black, because black pairs really nice with red, but I opted to wear a creamy shade because I wanted to go for a color palette that was a little bit lighter. I'm also wearing these sort of vintagey inspired sandals, and then I've thrown on a cardigan as well. So I've gone for a double knitwear moment, which I think is really fun, but I decided to play around and swap it out for another outerwear piece. So I've gone with a denim shacket, and then I've just draped my cardigan over my shoulders just for that extra little textural moment, which I think is something to consider, especially when you're wearing layers on layers of the same color. The shoes didn't feel quite right here, so I just swapped them out for a slide and then added in this cognac bag to sort of sandwich against the skirt, which I think is a nice way to balance out the color in the outfit. So would love to know which of those two you liked, and of course all paired with my Linea jewelry as well. Finally, we've got the skinny jean, that item in our wardrobe that we don't really know what to do with anymore. We've been wearing it for 2 decades and all of a sudden it's out of fashion, out of style. Now, I still love a skinny jean, and I'm going to share with you 2 different outfit options which I really like. So first one is, again, just thinking about styles that I've got in my wardrobe that are counterintuitive to how I would have worn this previously. In the past, I would have worn this with a slim fitting jersey or t-shirt, which I claimed was oversized or relaxed, and then a blazer, and probably my Vanelli two-tone pumps. So first outfit is worn with my cashmere wool sweater from the Row. Do yourself a favor and just buy a men's Uniqlo one if you want this look. It'll just save you so much money. And I've worn that untucked. What I like here is that the knit actually hangs quite low, so it covers up my hip area, which is my widest point, and while it does visually create a break halfway down my body, I'm not too bothered. I've gone with the Mary Jane flat, which is a really trendy piece at the moment in terms of a shoe style. And then I've also worn one of my favorite trench coats, which has this kind of voluminous sleeve, and it feels really modern to me. And it helps to refresh and energize this outfit. And I love the feel of this outfit. It kind of makes me think of a modern Audrey Hepburn, maybe as well if I'd added a little silk scarf around my neck. For the second outfit combo, I wanted to go back to how I was wearing this previously, but giving it an update. So with a t-shirt and a blazer. So I've gone with a cream tee because I want to create contrast, and the blazer I've chosen is one that is such a Marmite piece. You either love it or you hate it. My Frankie Shop E blazer, and I like this because it's longer. It has this kind of vintage feel to it because of the oversized silhouette, you know, almost like I went browsing in the men's section of a vintage shop. And then again, I've just kept on those Mary Jane ballet flats, which I think ties it all together really nicely, and I especially love the second outfit, and maybe something I might wear this week. So that was kind of my way to give these a little bit of a refresh, and you can see how I've really utilized those 3 tips I mentioned at the start of this video. I hope that this video gave you some inspiration to go have a play in your wardrobe and remix some of those older pieces that aren't getting any love currently. I think it's worth noting that not every single pairing you put together is going to be a hit, but just taking that time to play around will help you to discover some new outfit combinations that you really love and make something new out of something old. Thank you so much to Linea for partnering with me on this video again. I hope you love seeing the glimpses of their beautiful new jewelry pieces scattered throughout this video. Don't forget that you can buy one, get one 45% off using the code Jamie. I'll have all those details on screen and in the description box, along with links to all of the pieces that I shared. But it's a great offer and so much better than the one that they've got on their website too. So a little secret between you and me. Thank you so much for spending some of your day with me. If you're new and would like to subscribe, I would love to have you back, and I will see you again soon with my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.